Who are the top returners for your guys' team this year?
Quite a few. We only graduated one guy off of last year's teams. There's quite a few returning, seniors. Brody Clark, he was an All-Stater last year. Levi's an All-Stater on the back end for us. Easton was an All-Stater. He's only a junior. He was an All-Stater at linebacker. Jaden Diaz, another senior that's returning, and just a slug of juniors. A lot of kids really maturing. We were kind of sophomores and freshmen mostly last year, so it's been fun to see the physical growth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now we're going to kind of see how that's going to play out on the field.
Yeah. Any newcomers? With such a big group, maybe you're not relying on a lot of newcomers to the program, but any guys that are new faces that you think can make an impact on things this year?
Brogan Luke, he was a freshman last year. He lost his whole season. He had knee surgery, torn ACL, and he's coming back. Sophomore, 190-pound running back, linebacker for us. Just great football. Would have played a lot of football for us last year as a freshman. He's looked really good. Has a lot of faith in that knee, and we're really excited to see him get going. Another sophomore, Connor Smart. He played for us last year. This year he'll step into a much bigger role. Big kid, 6'5", 265, and moves very well. Strong kid, so we're real excited to kind of seeing him taking that next step.
What do you feel like will be the strengths for your offense this year?
We run the ball here. That's we're known for it. I do think the other one Chase Sears started at quarterback for us as a freshman, and he's put on about 5 inches and 25 pounds, and really that arm strength that he's shown so far. Levi out on the edge, Blake Reed at tight end. I think we're going to really be able to throw the ball just as effectively as we can run it, and that 10 years ago, we had a 2016 team that was able to do that. And I would never say we were 50-50, but we threw it around a lot. And I think that's going to be more of who this team is this year. We'll still be very physical, going 190, 185 at our two backs right now. But teams want to load the box up too much. We can certainly go over the top of you this year. So another added weapon and something that teams will have to worry about when they play us.
Yeah. How about defensively? What do you feel like stands out on that side of the ball for you?
Physicality and how well they play together. That's probably their biggest strength. We lost Jason Marwall last year. He's kind of our burner on both sides. But these guys played a lot of football together, so they're a pretty cohesive unit going in. They hit hard. They're big. Everyone's about 10, 15 pounds bigger than they were last year. Basically playing the same position. So real excited to see that. I think defense is actually probably going to be the calling card of these guys. I think I really like the defensive unit out there.
Cool. As you kind of get ready for the season, goal setting for a year, what kind of things do you guys, maybe benchmarks or goals that you're setting for this team this year?
Yeah, those guys come out talking the dream goals, right? We have those, but realistically, we want to get through the preseason healthy. We're playing a pretty good opening with Cross Point's a big game for both of us, and then we'll play Riddle and Glendale. Glendale was kind of knocking on the door for a playoff spot. I think if they played Riddle last game, then the winner went Riddle, and we got both of them. Be a pretty good slate. Get through there healthy. Improve on some things, and then I always say that we want to win a league championship. We want to be in the state playoffs. That's kind of the expectation here. And when you get to the playoffs, you want to go as deep as you can, and we feel like we're built for it. But you got to earn that out on the field. So
Yeah.
that's going to be the big thing for these guys is how you never know. On paper, we look really good. Are we going to be that team that's good for a half and can't finish in the second half? Are we going to come out slow and be a second half team? Or are we going to be a 4-quarter football team? So a lot of questions to be answered, and we're pretty excited to get them answered here pretty soon.
Yeah. You mentioned a lot about some of the kind of physical growth you've seen out of these guys. Is some of that from off-season workouts? Like, what kind of stuff did you see from this team during the off-season to try and get ready for this year?
Combination, they do a good job. We've been in the weight room. And then just, that physical maturity, you usually get that big jump from that sophomore to junior year. So a lot of these kids, just their body's physically maturing, and the freshman to the sophomore, same thing. Just naturally putting on some weight and then being in the weight room and make sure it's good weight. Yeah, pretty nice. About 10, 15 pounds at a lot of our positions that we saw some big jumps in. And you know, doesn't always equate to success, but we're hoping that it does.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I know I was just out at Camas Valley yesterday and talking to them about a new league this year with some different teams in it this year that you guys will face. How do you feel about kind of the restructure of things there and the teams you guys will be seeing in your league schedule?
It seems to be for the small schools the way it is now.
Hmm.
Just they shuffled the deck on us quite a bit, and it is what it is. We'll get some film with some people and we'll evaluate them. I don't know a whole lot about some of Reedsport, Vernonia. They're much bigger schools than we are.
Hmm.
I know their numbers haven't been big, but that could change year to year. They got a lot of kids in the hallway, and so I don't really always like to look to last year on how a team's going to be, especially when they're moving down
Hmm.
to play a division. So we'll see. A lot more travel, that's for
Hmm.
sure. Vernonia, we got them coming here this year, but man, that's a long trip. But um, probably longer for them because every road game for them is going to be
Yeah.
just brutal. But
Yeah.
yeah, don't know a whole lot about them.
Okay.
Camas, always really good, real competitive. We tend to try and play them even when they weren't in our league. We've had some great games over the years. I expect nothing less from them this year. Mohawk always does a good job, big and physical. Perrydale, uh, we graduated one. They didn't graduate anybody. They bring back the entire team, and obviously that's a big one. Final
Mm.
final game of the year on the road, so that's one that's circled on our schedule, and really look forward to that one.
How do you feel like you can make the biggest impact on the team this year?
I think the biggest impact I can make on the team this year is leading the younger kids and just doing my job on the field every play.
Yeah. What's your biggest motivating factor going into the season?
Just my biggest motivating factor is just making it to the playoffs and trying to get back on Adrian.
Mhm. um, what do you feel like a successful season for North Douglas would be this year then?
Successful season, it'd be a deep playoff run, hopefully, and if it all goes right, hopefully a state championship.
Hmm. What do you feel like is the biggest matchup on the schedule for North Douglas this year?
Week 0 game against Cross Point kind of sets the tone for the whole season.
Mhm.
It's kind of a win or go home type of mentality we have.
Well, how do you feel like you can make the biggest impact for the team this year?
I think the way I can make the biggest impact is just lead the younger guys and really just keep the team motivated and really just do my job.
What is your biggest motivating factor going into the season this year?
My biggest motivating factor, probably just last year's outcome. I think we were undersold, and I think if we had a better bracket, we could have gone much farther.
Yeah. Um, what do you feel like a successful season this year would look like for North Douglas?
I think a successful season, definitely at least the semifinals. I mean, definitely giving our all. I think we could definitely do it.
Yeah. What's the biggest matchup on the schedule for you?
Biggest matchup, I think honestly week 0 against Crosspoint, that's a big game. I mean, they were state runner-ups last year, and so this will be a great game for us if we can come out on top.
Cool. Looks like you guys got a lot of big games on the schedule this year too. That one and Perrydale was a team you guys lost to last year. If that's the final game, that's got to be a big one too on the road for you guys.
Yeah, no, that's a big one. We did trade with them. They won the first one, we won our second, but I think this year will be a great game.
How do you feel like you can make the biggest impact for the team this year?
I think kind of bringing them just moving forward mentality, not looking on the past seasons, not looking on our past mistakes, and starting this new season clean without like any fears of the teams we've played in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of bringing that to the team,
yeah,
should help.
How do you look to try and make a bigger impact on the team this year? Just like, moving into being a junior year, obviously you're becoming one of the older guys on the team now. How does that kind of change what you're hoping to do this year for the team?
I think one of the ways I can make an impact is kind of being one of those guys that when it comes down to a situation, the team can rely on and hopes to make a big play or change the sway of the game.
Yeah. What's the biggest motivating factor for you this year?
I think I got a lot of love for my seniors this year, so getting them a state championship, going deep this year really means a lot to me. And means a lot to them. So
yeah. What do you feel like is the biggest matchup on the schedule this year?
I'd have to say it's Crosspoint week 0. They're the last year's state runner-ups. We were the state runner-ups the year before, so I think it's kind of the battle to show who is going to take it far this year.
Yeah, he's ready to step up here. A big matchup like that in week 0, does that make it a little bit more exciting to start the season with such a big matchup?
Yeah,
early?
it makes it a little exciting, a little nerve-wracking. We haven't usually these matchups happen deep in the playoffs, so we're starting fresh, and we don't have much practice as we would normally have, not the chemistry that most teams have in the playoffs. So I'd say it's more nerve-wracking, but I'm really excited to play this team and kind of set the tone for our season and how we're going to do.